Hey, what's up, LabLifePro? This is DJ Icewater, and in this demo, I'm going to show you how to set up Stagecraft software Scratch Track plugin inside of Ableton Live. Now, Scratch Track plugin, what that allows you to do is control and manipulate audio using control tone vinyl, such as Serato or Tractor, within the DAW environment. So it's a nice way to incorporate scratching into your DAW without having to open up Serato or Tractor or just another third-party software. So to get started, I have a blank session here, and I'm just gonna delete tracks so that I have one MIDI track and one audio track. Next thing I want to do is just go to my preferences and make sure my inputs are set right. I'm using a Tractor Control Z2, so I want that as my input, and MIDI is good to go. So once that's all set up, I go to my plugin folder, and under audio units, you see Stagecraft software and SC Scratch Track. So you want to drag that directly onto the audio track. So once that's loaded, you want to set your inputs to where the Scratch control tone record is coming in. So right now, I'm going to set it to, I know that it's coming in if I just move it. You see it coming on 5.6 and 7.8. I'll just set it to 5.6 for now. You want to set your monitor to in. Once that's set up, you go to your plugin and you want to set vinyl in. And what this does is it lets you select the type of control tone you're using. Here's the list. There's Miss Pinky, Tractor, Tractor MK2, Torque, and Serato. So I'm using a Tractor MK2, so I'll set it to that. And turn the record, you see the little orange line at the top indicating that there's a motion going on. So now once that's set, I can now load a sound clip into one of three slots. So you have three actual banks. You can load up sounds, songs, effects, whatever you want. So I have some scratch sentences set aside, and let me just drop the Serato scratch sentence here. Oops, there it is. And as soon as I hit play on here, it's now waiting to hear control tone, and once it gets the tone, it'll start moving and playing the sound. So the next thing I want to do is set up MIDI, because there's a crossfader in here that I want to activate, and I want to be able to control it from my Z2, which is a MIDI mixer. So what you want to do is go to your MIDI track, set that to input, set the output of that to the track where the Scratch Track plugin is, which is 2 audio in this case, and it's assigned to channel 1 of Scratch Track, which is fine for this demo. So once that's set, I can go to the plugin, right-click on the crossfader, and go MIDI Learn, Add MIDI Trigger. And then it's waiting, and as soon as I move the crossfader, it picks it up and now has that set. I also want to set the crossfader curve to be really sharp so I can do some cutting. So you can just drag until it gets to be as sharp as you need it. That's good, a little bit right there. Just a very quick cut off. Let me just test it real quick. It's pretty good. Right now the crossfader is set to have it be off when it's all the way to the right and on when it's to the left. So that's actually not how I like to cut. I like it the other way because I cut on the right side normal style. So you can just right click again and invert the fader. So now as you can see, it's a pretty professional grade crossfader. So one other thing I want to map as far as MIDI goes is within the Ableton session. Let me just turn on the MIDI there, and I want to map this volume fader to my line fader. So that's set. I'm going to set the max here to 0 dB so that I don't go over and risk distortion. So now I have things set. So that's just a little quick tutorial on how to set up Scratch Track within Ableton Live. I plan to do a few more tutorials on this plugin as I learn it myself and get a little bit more in depth because it can do a lot more things. So stay tuned to LabLifePro.